7 superfoods that support kidney function and detox naturally. Have you ever felt tired for no clear reason, noticed your body just feels a little off, or quietly wondered whether your kidneys are actually doing okay? Most people brush those feelings aside and carry on. But here is the thing. Your kidneys are working hard every single day, and the food on your plate can either support them or slowly wear them down. In this video, you will discover 7 everyday superfoods that genuinely help your kidneys function well and detox naturally. We cover blueberries, garlic, cauliflower, red bell peppers, olive oil, ginger, and watermelon. Simple foods, real results. So let us start with the first superfood on the list, and it is one that might already be sitting in your fridge or freezer right now. Blueberries. Now, you have probably heard that blueberries are good for you in a general sense. But what most people do not realize is just how well they work specifically for kidney health. Here is why this matters. Your kidneys are constantly filtering your blood, removing waste, and keeping your body balanced. That process puts a certain amount of internal stress on the kidneys over time. And when that stress builds up without anything to ease it, the kidneys gradually have to work harder than they should. Blueberries help take some of that pressure off. They are packed with natural compounds that help calm that internal stress from the inside. Think of it like giving your kidneys a little breathing room. Instead of constantly running at full capacity, they get some support. And that support adds up over weeks and months of consistent eating. The other thing worth knowing is that blueberries are naturally low in the minerals that can put strain on kidneys when consumed in large amounts. So, unlike some fruits that people with kidney concerns are advised to limit, blueberries sit comfortably in the safe and beneficial category for most adults. Practically speaking, they are one of the easiest foods to build into your day. A small handful stirred into porridge in the morning, blended into a smoothie, mixed into yogurt, or simply eaten as a snack in the afternoon. Fresh or frozen, both work just as well. You do not need a large amount. A consistent, modest portion each day is genuinely enough to make a difference over time. Before we carry on through the rest of these superfoods, I want to ask you something personal. What actually brought you here today? Are you someone who has been feeling unusually tired, noticing changes in your body, and quietly wondering whether your kidneys are okay? Or have you recently had some results back and you are trying to figure out what you can do naturally from this point forward? Either way, you are in the right place. If you are here because you want to take better care of your kidneys naturally and you want more honest, straightforward guidance like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. New videos go up regularly and every single one is built around giving you real, usable information without the confusion. And tell me in the comments right now, are you watching this to support your own kidney health? Type 1. Are you here because someone you love is going through this and you want to help them? Type 0. I read every comment and it genuinely helps me understand who I am making these videos for. Now, blueberries are a great starting point because they are easy to enjoy and simple to add into your routine. But the next superfood on this list takes things in a completely different direction, and it is something most people already cook with every single week: garlic. And yes, something that ordinary, that affordable, and that widely available can genuinely make a real difference to your kidney health. That surprises a lot of people, but it should not. Garlic has been used for generations across many cultures, not just for flavor, but as a trusted ingredient for supporting the body from the inside. There is a reason it has stood the test of time, and kidney health is one of the areas where it quietly earns its place. Here is what it actually does. Your kidneys work alongside your whole body to filter out waste and keep things moving cleanly through your system. Garlic supports that process by helping reduce the kind of internal inflammation that can slow the kidneys down over time. It also has natural properties that support healthy circulation, and good blood flow is essential for the kidneys to do their job properly. The good news is that you do not need to eat large amounts to benefit. 1 or 2 cloves worked into your cooking each day is genuinely enough. Stirred into a sauce, cooked into a soup, roasted alongside vegetables, or lightly softened in olive oil as a base for almost any savory dish. If raw garlic feels too strong, cooking it mellows the flavor considerably while still preserving most of the benefit. Small, consistent habits with familiar ingredients. That is really what long-term kidney support looks like in practice. Garlic works well because it fits into meals you are already making, without any real effort. The next superfood on this list works in a very similar way, except it brings something slightly different to the table, and it is a vegetable that often gets overlooked when people start thinking seriously about kidney health. Cauliflower. It might not sound exciting at first, but stick with this one because it is genuinely one of the most kidney-friendly vegetables you can put on your plate regularly. Here is the key reason why. Some vegetables, while perfectly healthy in general, are naturally high in certain minerals that the kidneys have to work harder to process. When those minerals build up over time, they can place unnecessary strain on the kidneys, particularly for adults who may already have some reduced kidney function without even knowing it. Cauliflower sits at the other end of that scale. It is naturally low in those minerals, which means the kidneys can handle it comfortably without any extra effort. At the same time, it is filling, satisfying, and genuinely versatile in the kitchen. That matters because one of the biggest concerns people have when they start eating with their kidney health in mind is that meals will feel bland or unsatisfying. Cauliflower quietly puts that concern to rest. You can roast it with a little olive oil and seasoning for a warm, hearty side dish. Blend it into a smooth and creamy soup. Use it as a base for a lighter version of mashed potato. Toss it into a stir-fry or bake it whole as a centerpiece. Eating well for your kidneys does not mean eating less enjoyably. Cauliflower is a straightforward example of that. Cauliflower shows us that kidney-friendly eating can be genuinely satisfying. And the next superfood builds on that idea in a really encouraging way because it reminds us that supporting your kidneys does not mean focusing narrowly on one part of your body in isolation. Red bell peppers. Bright, colorful, widely available, and one of those vegetables that works hard quietly in the background every time you eat them. What makes red bell peppers particularly interesting for kidney health is that they are naturally low in the minerals that can accumulate and create strain on the kidneys over time. Just like cauliflower, they fit comfortably into a kidney-supportive way of eating without requiring you to overthink your meals or follow a complicated plan. But here is what sets them apart from some of the other foods on this list. Red bell peppers are also rich in natural compounds that support the wider body, including your immune system, your skin, and your circulation. And that connection matters more than most people realize. When your circulation is healthy and your body is functioning well overall, your kidneys benefit directly. They rely on good blood flow to filter waste efficiently. So eating in a way that supports the whole body is, at the same time, eating in a way that supports your kidneys. That is a genuinely reassuring thought, because it means you do not have to eat one way for your kidneys and another way for everything else. Red bell peppers work beautifully in stir-fries, roasted vegetable trays, stuffed and baked, sliced raw into salads, or simply eaten as a crunchy snack alongside a dip. Colorful, versatile, and quietly doing a great deal of good every time they appear on your plate. Red bell peppers are a wonderful reminder that color and variety in your meals genuinely serves your body well. Now, the next superfood on this list might raise an eyebrow or two because it is not a fruit or a vegetable. It is something a little different, and it comes with a question that many people quietly wonder about. Olive oil. Can fat actually be good for your kidneys? The honest answer is yes, and the type of fat you cook matters far more than most people are told. Here is where a lot of confusion comes from. For years, people were led to believe that cutting fat from the diet was the healthier path. But that broad advice overlooked something important. Not all fats behave the same way inside the body. Some fats do create problems over time. Others actively support the body's natural ability to function, filter, and clear waste. Olive oil falls firmly into that second category. It contains a type of natural fat that helps keep internal inflammation low. And as we touched on earlier in this video, inflammation is one of the key things that quietly puts pressure on the kidneys over time. By regularly using olive oil as your primary cooking fat, you are helping to ease that pressure in a way that is completely natural and sustainable. It also supports healthy circulation, which, as we covered with red bell peppers, feeds directly into how well your kidneys can do their job each day. The swap itself could not be simpler. Use olive oil when you are softening vegetables, roasting, making dressings, or drizzling over finished dishes. No major overhaul required, just a small, consistent change that your kidneys will quietly thank you for. Olive oil works because it is a simple, everyday swap that fits naturally into how most people already cook. The next superfood on this list shares that same quality of being familiar and accessible, but it brings something a little warmer and more distinctive to your kidney health routine. Ginger. Many people already have ginger somewhere in their kitchen, perhaps used occasionally in cooking or added to a tea when feeling under the weather. But what most people do not realize is that when ginger becomes a regular part of your daily habits rather than an occasional addition, it starts doing something genuinely meaningful for your kidneys and your body's natural detox process. Here is what makes ginger particularly valuable in this context. Your kidneys are responsible for filtering waste from the blood and moving it out of the body. Ginger supports that process by helping to improve circulation and by reducing the kind of low-level internal inflammation that can slow the kidneys down over time. It essentially helps keep things moving cleanly and efficiently through your system. What is also worth appreciating is that ginger has been trusted across generations and across many different cultures as a natural wellness ingredient. That kind of long-standing, widespread use does not happen without good reason. Bringing ginger into your daily routine is genuinely straightforward. Slice a small piece of fresh ginger into hot water with a little lemon for a simple morning drink. Grate it into soups, stews, or stir-fries while cooking. Stir it into a smoothie or blend it into a fresh juice. Fresh ginger tends to be the most beneficial, but ground ginger used consistently in cooking still carries real value. A small daily habit, a meaningful long-term reward. If anything in this video has shifted the way you think about your kidneys and the food you eat every day, I want to ask you a small favor. Hit the like button. It takes 1 second, but what it does is genuinely significant. That one tap tells the platform that this kind of honest, practical kidney health information is worth sharing, and it puts this video in front of someone else who may be sitting at home feeling tired, feeling worried, and not knowing where to turn or what to do next. Your like could be the reason that person finally finds the information they have been looking for. That is not a small thing. That is a real impact you can have today without any effort at all. Ginger works beautifully because it supports the kidneys from the inside through consistency and routine. The seventh and final superfood on this list takes a completely different approach to kidney support, and it is probably the most refreshing one we have covered so far. Watermelon. This is a fruit that most people already enjoy, particularly during warmer months, without ever stopping to think about what it is actually doing for their body. And when it comes to kidney health specifically, watermelon is doing quite a lot. The connection here comes down to hydration. Your kidneys depend on adequate fluid to function properly. They use water to flush waste out of the blood and move it through to be excreted. When the body is consistently low on fluids, the kidneys have to work considerably harder to do that job, and over time, that extra effort takes a toll. Watermelon is made up almost entirely of water, which means eating it contributes meaningfully to your body's overall fluid levels in a way that feels effortless and enjoyable. It also contains natural compounds that support healthy kidney function and help the body clear certain types of waste more efficiently. Now, some people wonder about the natural sugar content in fruit and whether that is something to be concerned about. For most healthy adults, the natural sugars found in whole fruits like watermelon are handled very differently by the body compared to added sugars in processed foods. Eaten in sensible portions as part of a balanced diet, watermelon is a genuinely beneficial choice. And that brings us to something worth pausing on for a moment. Every single food covered in this video is real, affordable, and enjoyable. Eating for your kidney health was never supposed to feel like a punishment. Watermelon is the perfect note to end the superfood list on, because it captures everything this video has been about. Real food, simple choices, genuine results. So let us bring it all together. 7 superfoods that support your kidney function and help your body detox naturally. Blueberries to ease internal stress on the kidneys, garlic to support circulation and natural filtering, cauliflower to keep meals satisfying without placing unnecessary strain on the kidneys, red bell peppers to nourish the wider body in a way that feeds directly back into kidney health, olive oil to replace harmful fats with something your kidneys and your whole system will genuinely benefit from, ginger to keep things moving cleanly and efficiently through your body each day, and watermelon to support the hydration your kidneys rely on to do their job well. None of these require a dramatic lifestyle change. None of them are expensive or hard to find. What they do require is consistency, small, steady choices repeated over time. That is genuinely how lasting kidney health is built. You do not need to start with all 7 at once. Pick 1 or 2 that feel natural to you right now and begin there. Build from that foundation at your own pace. If this video gave you something useful today, something you can actually take into your week and act on, it would mean a great deal if you gave it a like. It helps more people find this kind of straightforward, honest health information when they need it most. If you have a question, a thought, or something you would like to see covered in a future video, drop it in the comments below. This channel is built around real people looking for real answers, and your input genuinely shapes what comes next. One last thing before you go. Think about someone in your life right now. A parent, a partner, a friend, a colleague. Someone who has mentioned feeling constantly drained, someone who has been told their kidney function is not where it should be, or someone who is simply getting older and starting to pay more attention to their health. Share this video with them today. Not because you have to, but because the information in this video is exactly the kind of thing that person may have been searching for without knowing the right words to search. You already have that information now. Passing it on costs you nothing and could genuinely change the direction of their health. A simple share. A potentially life-changing outcome for someone you care about. Thank you for watching, and take good care of yourself.